Welcome back to MFO, everybody. It's the evening after the first day of the Kentucky Lake Tournament, and boy, I kind of stunk it up out there today. Windy day and cold front, so I'm making excuses, but there are none. I just stunk it up. The guys caught them, and I didn't. Started off strong, but first time this season that I didn't come in with a limit. Only came in with 4 fish. But that's not the point of this video. I did something else where I didn't even follow my own advice, and it ended up hurting me big time. So stick around. I'm gonna share this, so hopefully you learn from what I'm not doing right. We'll be back in just a minute, guys. Welcome back to MFO, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher, Kentucky Lake, and here's the thing that I've talked about: cull buoys and cull bobbers, and to be honest, I don't like them. Guys, before I get into this whole issue of cull bobbers and whether you should use cull bobbers or not, and I know I've talked about this before, but guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We really appreciate that. The numbers are growing, and I think that that's a sign of the fact that a lot of you guys are watching and realize that, hey, you know what? I can support this channel by subscribing to the channel, get notified that another video is coming out, and we appreciate that because we're working Monday through Friday to put this stuff out. And, you know, after a tough day on the water, still coming out and shooting videos and things like that. So I love doing this, and I hope that what I'm doing is helping you guys in your fishing, and we appreciate the fact that you're willing to subscribe to the channel. So let's get into this. I've said this before. I just do not like cull bobbers. And when I say I don't like them, I use pretty thin, lightweight cull bobbers that use clips so they don't penetrate. They're very, you know, they're pretty lightweight and stuff. But here's the thing, guys. First of all, I've said this before, I've preached this. You don't need to put a cull bobber on a fish until you get to your 6th fish. All you have to do is use your divided live wells, keep your smallest fish separate. 1 pounder here, oh, next fish is a 3 pounder, it goes over here. You catch a 2 pounder, it stays on the big side. Unless you catch one that is smaller than the 1 pounder, you just keep that fish there. So until you get to the point where you have your 6th fish, you don't even need to keep cull bobbers on them. But here's the thing, guys. We're here fishing smallmouth. And smallmouth, the mortality rate when you put cull bobbers on a smallmouth is even greater than it is on a largemouth. And I don't believe, this is going to be interesting in the comments section, guys. I don't believe that it's because smallmouth are more fragile fish. What I do think is smallmouth are way more hyper. And what happens is you put this thing on that smallmouth's mouth, put it in your live well, and that fish spends the entire day in the live well trying to shake this thing and get it off of them. And I'm telling you, I was fishing, and several times during the day, I would hear this rumbling in the back of the boat, and that's that smallmouth that had the one smallmouth that I put, my small smallmouth. I didn't put them on all of them, just on the smallest fish. And to be honest, I did it because I was catching fish pretty quick, and I had 2.5s, 2.5s, 2 3/4, and then I had one that was just 2 pounds. And I thought, okay, I'm going to put a cull bobber on them because it's going to be hard for me to tell all these brown fish apart. So I put the cull bobber on that one small fish. Turns out I never got to the point where I culled him out, and he had that thing on all day, and sure enough, pulling the weigh in, and the one with the cull bobber is floating belly up in the live well. And like I said, guys, I heard throughout the day as I'm fishing this rumbling in the live well, and I guarantee it was that little smallmouth trying to shake this cull bobber out of his mouth and banging up against the wall and getting tangled and everything else, and he ended up killing himself in there. There is no reason to use these if you just sort your fish as you're putting them in until you get to at least your 6th fish. So guys, I'm really interested in hearing your comments. How often do you use cull bobbers? And do you find that you have issues, or do you use them no problem? And again, guys, I'm telling you, I've used them and everything has been fine, but then, boy, when you get in on a day like today and the one fish that has a cull bobber on it is your dead fish, that says something. And I don't like to use them, and I'm gonna avoid using them when I can. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. Please send your comments. I'd love to get your opinions on this as well. Tune in again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.